What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new episode for everybody. We're at 161, working our way up. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Just focused on fantasy hockey now that I'm out for football. So
Yo,
doing that and looking at mock drafts for these Giants. How's everything on your end?
I put up the biggest fantasy hockey week I've had probably in the last 3 years, and I still lost last week. I threw four. I think I had 416, and I still lost to a 4.
Oh man, who'd you play? Matt?
I forget who I played. No, it wasn't Matt. I beat Matt the week before. I played Matt the week before. I lost to him by a couple of points. No, my team's been doing good. I've been going up against these monsters. But yeah, still in fantasy football. Took down Coughlin this week, and got a big matchup with Evan.
Yeah, this is it, man. This is for all the marbles.
It is.
Because Tom's gonna have a cakewalk with whoever he's playing, because they got a bunch of guys out.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I think he had who was it? So hold on. Yeah, he's gonna have I don't know who cuddles in EG. I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's Carney.
Carney? Yeah.
Evan's friend, yeah.
Yeah,
Keenan Allen, Pacheco.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you never know. Achan could go off, and then Kelsey could get some touchdowns because he's been locking in that department.
Mm-hmm.
Every time guys don't show up, then he's barely projected.
He definitely has a boomer bust roster.
Yeah, I mean, and he's barely projected to beat him, so by 1 point, so it can go either way.
Yep, absolutely.
But I mean, let's get right into it, man. We have week 15 NFL wrap up. We had the Thursday night game. We had the Chargers versus the Raiders. Another trap game. Everybody thought this game would be under. Raiders put up 60-something points against the Chargers, man.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row now. We thought that it was going to be a low-scoring game, and like you said, Raiders came out gunning. It killed the over by themselves basically in the first half, and the Chargers just looked like they quit. I mean, no Justin Herbert, no Keenan Allen, kind of the heart of their team. Just felt like they didn't want to be there.
Oh no, yeah, they definitely didn't. And then I feel like the Raiders are undefeated since they made the coaching change. So
no, they lost to Minnesota.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Nothing game. Yeah.
Oh, so that was that one loss. But then on the Chargers side, they went ahead and fired their head coach after. A lot of people were calling for this since last season. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see what they do moving forward. They got a lot of injuries this season, so they definitely need to hang it up. And then they need to hit the drawing board next season.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be a coveted job just because you have a good quarterback, you have some talent there, in the skill positions. You have actually, when healthy, a pretty good offensive line and a pretty good defensive line. So this is a nice situation to step into. Obviously, Staley wasn't getting the job done. Kind of an interesting, he came as kind of a defensive specialist, and the defense was really terrible the entire time he was there. So if they could get a good offensive coach in there, I'd like to see what would happen with Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. Like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing who comes in, whether it's an offensive head coach or a defensive head coach. Because I mean, they feel like their offense has been kind of not really living up to potential, and their defense has definitely been below par. So
right, yeah,
they're gonna have to fix both sides of the ball. I don't know if everybody's gonna be coming back. I do think I'm not sold on Eckler, man. I don't know. Maybe they're not running enough, but I don't know. I'm not sold on that small running.
Yeah, and this again is kind of the problem with giving running backs big contracts is that when they kind of fall off that cliff, it happens fast. So I do agree that probably running backs need to be paid earlier in their career, or paid for what they do early in their career. But you're seeing it right now with Eckler, like he just doesn't have that juice that he's had in the past, and he's not injured. He's not performing where he wants to perform.
Yeah, so maybe they go with a 2-back system,
Mm-hmm.
help alleviate some of the pressure. But it's gonna be interesting because I think it's gonna be a lot of decent running backs in the market this year. So
Yeah.
and then we had the Saturday games. We had the Vikings versus the Bengals. I mean, just when you thought the Bengals were dead, they crept behind and won this game. Now they're in the playoff contention. Now they pretty much just got to win out, hopefully, to stay afloat.
Yeah, they had a huge win Saturday. Unfortunately, Jamar Chase goes down. Looks like a separated shoulder. Don't know how long he's going to be out. But yeah, they didn't look great for the most of that game, and Browning kind of took them down there in the last couple of possessions, and got them the win. It kind of stinks for Minnesota. I felt like they were like as of before a couple weeks ago, we're kind of working their way back into a playoff spot. It'll be tough for them to do to get into the playoffs now with a couple losses here in the last few games. But yeah, good story out of Cincinnati. They're playing hard. They got a good coach. Zach Taylor's doing a hell of a coaching job over there. So
yeah, man, that's what I said. They despite them losing the most valuable piece, they're still putting together some wins. So I mean, that's a sign of a good team. I don't think they're going to win it all, but
no,
I wouldn't be surprised if they did upset somebody in the playoffs in the first round. So we have the other Saturday games. We have the Steelers versus the Colts. Colts pretty much run over the Steelers. It's looking like this might be the first season that your boy Tomlin finishes below 500, man.
I don't know about that. I mean, 7-7. We got 3 games left. I still think they finish like 9-8 is my guess. But yeah, they just don't. They have no offense on that team. I mean, they have skill players. They have running backs. They just don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball right now. And Kenny Pickett may or may not be the answer, but we know Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph are not the answer. So yeah, I mean, you can only do so much on the one side of the ball. And to be honest, they were getting manhandled early in the season. They were, I forget what their score differential. Like they were getting, or sorry, their yards gain differential was crazy. Like they were getting outgained by a lot pretty much every game, and we're still somehow winning these games. So not shocked they kind of came back down to earth here on this one. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what the rest of the season holds out for them. They got Cincinnati this weekend, and then we got a couple of easier games to close out. Oh, not really. Never mind. I'm with you. They're not going to finish over 500. Bengals, Seahawks, Ravens to finish the season.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna have to win two of these next 3. So
yeah, and maybe get to week 18 and the Ravens game doesn't mean anything. If the Ravens have the 1 seed locked up, but yeah, I mean they essentially have to win. They have to win this week against the Bengals, and that's no easy feat, as we've seen how the Bengals have been playing lately.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting little situation to pay attention to. But
yeah,
I mean, on the other side, the Colts, now they're in playoff contention. I don't know why freaking Jonathan Taylor has surgery in his thumb when your team is trying to make a run to get in the playoffs, but that's a different story, man.
I mean, if you can't hold the ball, you can't hold the ball.
But was it really that bad? Like,
it must have been. Like, there's just no way that guy's going to get surgery unless it was that bad.
Well, I mean, they said he might be back this week, but we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, it does sound like he's going to come back this week, and in line for this playoff run. Kind of a miracle playoff run, to be honest, with Minshew and the crew that they have over there.
Yeah, it'd have been great if I was in the playoffs and I could have made that miracle run, but nah, he let me down, man.
Well, I mean, they got Falcons, Raiders, Texans. I mean, those are 3 winnable. They could easily, I could easily see them at 11-6 closing out the season.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the Jags. They have
I know.
They've been dropping some losses, man, and the rest of their schedule is not easy either.
Right.
So I mean, if they win out, they can be in a good position, despite their rookie quarterback who had a lot of promises being out.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor missing the first 4 games. So it's gonna be a meaningful last 3 weeks for some of these teams.
Yeah. Hop into the Jags game because, Jaguars also at 8-6. After I know it's skipping ahead of the Monday night game, but their schedule: Buccaneers, Panthers, Titans. Also, who blinks first between the Jaguars and the Colts?
Yeah, but the thing with the Jags is that Christian Kirk is out, so
Yeah.
they've been trying to force feed Ridley now, and Zay Jones has been healthy, so as I said, it can go either way. That's what I said. It's going to be an interesting situation.
Yeah, and now you got Lawrence in concussion protocol. Unsure if he's going to play this weekend.
Yep. Then a kick and miss, a bunch of crucial kicks. So.
Yep. 100%.
As I said, it's that pressure time of the season, man.
Sure is.
And then we had the Broncos versus the Lions. I mean, there really wasn't much here.
No.
I mean, Lions look like, they're the team to beat. One of the teams to beat in the NFC. Top offense. Defense has been playing decent. So that's it. They're going to be a dangerous team if their offense shows up.
Yeah. They look good. Jahmyr Gibbs is just fun to watch. I mean, the guy's so much faster than everyone else on the field, and Amon-Ra, another fun guy to watch. They just have a fun offense to watch, guys that play hard, and are clearly at the top of their kind of skill level. And then if the defense can hold up, I think that they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. It would be nice to see Detroit, getting a home game in the playoffs and potentially winning a home game for the first time. And I forget when the last time they won a playoff game was, but they have the team to do so this year for sure.
I just think of the homegirl from the Titanic. It's been 84 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's been a while for the Lions and their fans.
Oh yeah, but then I mean, even if you look, I want to not to fast forward, but I mean, if they get another receiver or they're definitely going to improve on that defense. They're going to be even more dangerous next year.
Yeah, absolutely, and I just looked it up. They have one. They've only had one postseason victory since 1957, and that was in 1991. So they have one postseason win in just about 70 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, like I said, they based off their coaching staff, the players they got in the building, they're definitely trending in the right direction.
Absolutely, and they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the old days with Megatron, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And then we had the Sunday night games. We had the Texans versus the Titans. Texans stay on track, even though Stroud didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the Jets versus the Dolphins. It wasn't looking good for you guys, man.
Nah, that's
like
it. Draft pick time.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are shutting it down, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think they needed a good showing in that game, and they didn't get off to a good start. Miami came to play. No Tyreek. Felt like we had a little bit of advantage going in, but strip sack early in the game and a couple touchdowns, and just the Jets never got the ball moving very well on offense. So that's it. Wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, your boy Aaron Rodgers will be ready back for next season. So you guys need another receiver. Looking at the mock drafts, shows you guys picking up a receiver, whether it be the one from LSU or Florida State, depending on how the cars fall, because Marvin Harrison Jr. is going number 2 most likely. So
I think he goes number 3. My guess.
I don't know, man.
Quarterbacks can go 1 and 2.
I think it depends on who's at 2.
Looking.
Oh yeah, then that would be definitely 1 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, this is gonna be the Bill Belichick's gonna be out of there. So I don't know if the
they still need a quarterback. Anyone
yeah,
who's
I know, but I don't know if the new coach is going to be fond of what the quarterbacks they have in the building, or they just going to do it from scratch.
They got to pick their own guy.
It means we might get a Mac Jones trade, man.
I think Mac's seen his last days.
That's good for him. I think he's not a bad quarterback, but I think he just I just feel like he just
needs a good situation.
Yeah, I just feel like he's just in a bad situation with New England. I would send him over. Well, I mean, you can't send him over, but I think if I was him, I would want to go play somewhere like in New Orleans or some place where you can go compete for a starting job.
Yeah.
Then we have the Giants versus the Saints. Your boy DeVito is done. Cutlets. They got him up out of here. Just too much. Saints were just too much on defense. Hopefully, Giants realize which direction we need to go in, so we can lock up this draft pick.
Yeah, I think if the Giants win that game, you're looking at talking yourself into a playoff spot. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the way that game kind of finished, it's game over. Let's look for the future. The Cutlet story is fun. I mean, I'll give you that.
Yeah, especially his agent with these get-ups.
Yeah.
And they show the Fighting Irish what you call it like a logo, and they show when he had that all green suit joint on.
Oh yeah.
That one had me rolling.
And it's not like the Giants had an easy schedule to finish the season either. I mean, you got Eagles, Rams, Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles are in. We'll get into it, a little bit of disrepair right now, but still a good team. And then the Rams are kind of firing on all cylinders right now. So, yeah, it's probably smart to just kind of shut this down for the Giants and finish the season 5-12 and see where that lands you in the draft pick situation.
Oh yeah, hopefully we can stay in that top 5 area, but just so we can get a quarterback or even fall to 3, get Harrison Jr. I think that'd be great. But we're gonna need that. We need the football guys to help us on this one.
Yeah. Hey, you're hoping for Harrison or maybe even a Jaden Daniels. I'm looking at Joe Alt here from Notre Dame. We need an O-line. So
yeah, but that's good for you because I don't think any other team. I think what you guys are, there's not really any other teams ahead of you that are going to draft O-linemen. So
the Commanders maybe, but yeah, no, I think that's about it. There's bigger needs for the the Bears, Cardinals, Patriots. So yeah, I mean, not a bad spot for the Jets to be in.
Yeah, so you guys should get the best offensive lineman off the board. So that'd be good.
Yeah.
And then we had the Cowboys versus the Bills. Bills smack up on the Cowboys. Expected a lot more from the Cowboys from off the win off the Eagles, but it's like I said, it's too good to be true, man. It's just too much up and down. Look like a completely different team from game to game. I'm not sure if well, I mean, I don't want to say I'm not sure. I mean, this is definitely going to show up in the playoffs. The question is it going to be the first game or the second?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think everyone like, because they play good teams so infrequently, everyone kind of forgets about what Dallas really is, and they're your typical like good team that crushes the bad teams and is probably 25 to 35% on the good teams. Like once in a while they'll knock one off, but for the most part they're going to lose. And it just is what it is what they are. And I feel like every time that they have a big win, like they did against the Eagles, they come into the next week and they have a big game against the Bills. Bills are obviously in a must-win situation as well. And they just come out and shit the bed and just never got anything going in that game. So kudos to the Bills. I mean, they, after the whole Sean McDermott issues, and they've come out and they've won 2 big games in a row against the Chiefs and Cowboys, and I think they have a bit of a lighter schedule to finish off the year, and then you just let the AFC, it's AFC South, AFC North beat up on each other, and hopefully you're sitting there in the 6 or 7 seed when all the dust settles.
Oh yeah, and the change that we've seen over these past few games is that looks like the Bills are running the ball more. They're going to cook more and actually using them. Had a monster game this past game and actually the last game as well. So hopefully that trend continues and they do what they need to do to get back in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they finished with got the Chargers on Saturday and then the Patriots and Dolphins. And again, this game may mean very little to the Dolphins, so I could easily see them going 3-0 to close out the year and finish at 11-6, and then it's see where your chips fall.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And then we had the Ravens versus the Jags. I mean, we talked about that one. Ravens defense, held the Jags in check. Ravens are possibly one of the best teams in the AFC and the most dangerous, even though Andrews is out. They do have Lamar, so they're going to be fun to watch as well, just to see what they can do in the playoffs.
Yeah, they certainly came out with something to prove. Again, a good team in the Jags and the Ravens. Touted as the best team in the AFC potentially. And they made a lot of this on the broadcast, but Lamar is trying to stay away from the running game a little bit, trying to be more of a passer, and the offense has been much more efficient. He's got some good receivers out there, Flowers and Beckham, and Likely's been good in replacing Andrews. And then unfortunately, you have the loss of Keaton Mitchell, who he kind of was a spark, but their defense has been, and they showed it again, on Sunday night. So I'm excited to see what this team can do in the playoffs because I feel like every year they kind of have this pretty good team, and then the injuries kind of knock them down a bit. But this year they've stayed relatively healthy, knock on wood. They have a healthy-ish offensive line, and they've lost a couple running backs, but
as usual.
As usual. But other than that, I for them they've stayed pretty healthy.
Yeah, that's the main components are still healthy. So I mean, we're gonna wait and see what they can do.
Yeah.
And then we had the Monday night game. We had the Eagles versus the Seahawks. Seahawks come from behind. Your boy, what's the quarterback's name?
Drew Lock.
Yeah, Drew Lock comes out all swaggy. They said he was looking for your boy Hurts at the end of the game, to say good game, but he said Hurts supposed to be sick because he ain't come out to greet him, man.
Oh, he didn't. I didn't see that. Did he shrug him off?
No, he didn't even come out the players
when
we come out to the middle of the field.
In the locker room.
Yeah, I think he just went straight to the locker room, man.
If he's sick, I don't blame him. Like he's been well known he was sick. He didn't look good, to be honest. Like they showed him pregame walking in. He looked exhausted, just beat down. Like how you feel when you get out of bed when you're sick and you're trying to get up and clean the dishes or go to work or something. He didn't look right.
Oh no.
This team doesn't look right now. Matt Patricia calling defensive plays, leaving Bradbury, one-on-one with people, and he's not really a cover guy, and it's just like I don't know. They need to kind of I think sit down and just reassess. They've had a tough a tough schedule here the last 4 weeks or so, and I think it lightens up just a touch, but yeah, they need to figure it out. I mean, it's been pretty ugly over there in Philly, and I still think they're one of the better teams, out there. But again, like you said, they really need to kind of bear down and get their crap together.
Yeah, man, that's what I said. I feel like they haven't been the same since they lost those head coaches, man.
No, well, yeah, they have the Giants twice. We have them on Monday afternoon, on Christmas, and then they have them to close out the season, and then they have the Cardinals in between. So three games they should win. They should probably end up 13-4. I don't know where that'll land them. I mean, San Francisco's playing well, so probably puts them in a 2 seed or maybe depending on how the
5.
Cowboys finish in the 5 seed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna need both those teams or one of those teams to lose since they lost to both of them. So.
Yep.
And then we got week 16 coming up at the NFL. I mean, some of the notable games. I mean, the Saints versus the Rams on Thursday. I think that would be an interesting one just because the Rams are playing around with the playoffs, and so are the Saints, man. So.
Yeah, the Rams been playing good football. Obviously, Cooper Kupp being healthy, they look kind of reinvigorated. Stafford looks good. Defense looks good. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I like watching them play, and they're in a playoff spot right now, so they control their own destiny there. If they win out, they're in. They have, like you said, the Saints, and then they have the Giants and 49ers. So again, not a cakewalk. But they need to win these next 2 games if they want a chance.
Yeah, they definitely do, man. So as I said, it's more impactful when these games actually mean something. Players come out harder, and the game's overall much more fun to watch. So
yeah, for sure.
And then Saturday games, we're gonna have the Bengals versus the Steelers. I don't know how to feel about this one. I mean, there's just a lot of injuries on this game. I'll keep an eye out for it, but it's not something I'll probably be checking out too much. So,
I mean, Christmas Eve, you're kind of sitting there with the family. It's definitely going to be on in the background, at least at my house.
Yeah, as I said, I won't be too heavily invested.
Yeah, we'll see when we want to pay attention. But this is Saturday, so this is the day before. Yeah, I'm with you. This will definitely still be sitting in the background there, but you're right. I mean, I'm not getting too invested until probably late in the game.
Yeah. And then same thing for the Bills versus the Chargers. Feel like this is going to be a cakewalk for the Bills. I mean, I can't even say you never know because the Chargers they just decimated, man. No coach, no quarterback, potentially no receivers. So it's just it's going to be a long day for the Chargers, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think this is a tough one. Tough one for the Chargers. I'll be watching this because I got some fantasy implications, but yeah, this is the Bills are turning it up right now, and like you said, we got James Cook's been rolling. Chargers defense doesn't seem like they want to be there, so I'm liking the Bills.
Oh yeah, and then we're gonna have on Sunday. It's the Christmas games. Sunday fell on the Christmas. Well, Christmas fell on the Sunday. Got the Commanders versus the Jets. How you feel about your team, man? You want your team just to pack it up?
I want them to pack it up, yeah. But I think the Commanders fans want their team to pack it up too. So this could be a game of futility. We'll see. Probably. I mean, the Commanders' strength is kind of their I would say their passing game. They got Howell, who's been good, and you got some weapons in McLaurin, Kurt Samuel, Dotson, Logan Thomas. But that's the Jets' defensive strength. So I don't know. I'm expecting a low scoring game here, but I would think the Commanders should be able to take it down.
I mean, that works out perfect for you because then I could potentially put your pick higher than theirs.
That's what I'm hoping for.
And then we're gonna have the Lions versus the Vikings. I'll keep an eye out for this one just to see if the Lions could just finish up what they need to do to clinch the division and get up. I don't think they're gonna get past maybe 3 as far as in the NFC, but it'd be good for them to just keep the momentum rolling. So when it's time for playoffs, they don't come out like a dud.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think 3 seeds probably where they end up landing. But yeah, take out Minnesota, close it all out, and let's get this thing into the postseason. Try to stay healthy. That's big key down the stretch for these.
Yeah, then we have the Cowboys versus the Dolphins. That'll probably be the game of the day, just because the notable names in this matchup, and the Cowboys need to bounce back from that that crazy loss against the Bills. I mean, the Cowboys need to show some kind of life as far as being able to beat the teams that they need to beat in order to win the Super Bowl. I mean, most of their wins have been against non-playoff teams. So, I mean, this is a good test for them, especially if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games where it's almost like not a fraud game, but like kind of a fraud game because both teams have been kind of touted as struggling against other good teams. So it's kind of an interesting battle between.
Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill probably should be back. So
yeah, it sounds
hopefully
like he should be back. Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna have to get the two, otherwise it's gonna be a long day for them.
Oh yeah.
Then the Jags versus the Bucks. Oh no, wait, Christmas is on Monday, I think. What is it? Yeah.
It is on Monday. Yeah, it's still Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, I'm bugging. Those Christmas Eve games. Then the Jags versus the Bucks. Jags should win this game, but the Bucks are still fighting to try to get in the playoffs. The way their division is. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past them that they could win this game.
Yeah, no, this is I think a game that the Jags need to win. The Bucks shown they can do some things on offense. Baker's been playing better. Obviously, Mike Evans has had another huge season. A little bit of a breakout for Rashad White. I think he's been playing well, but I don't know if their defense can stop anything. So this is but again, if Trevor Lawrence isn't healthy, who knows? So you need Trevor in this game. Hopefully he's healed up and ready to go. But yeah, kind of a must win for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks right now sitting at the 4th spot in the NFC, but they need to keep pace with some of these other teams because it's pretty much like one game pretty much separating them all. So
right.
Then we got the Christmas Day games. We got the Raiders versus the Chiefs. This should be an interesting one. I feel like the Chiefs have come out as a brand new, different team since the coaching change. We've seen a lot more personality from their players, and they feel like they can beat anybody. So Chiefs kind of, I'm gonna say they need to put together a complete game, but something's off over there, man.
I thought they looked better against the Patriots. Obviously, you had the Tony drop and turned into an interception and a couple drops again. But I thought that their team played better. Their defense looked good. So I still like the Chiefs in this game, obviously. And but yeah, I mean, team they have been they're scoring less than they have in the past. But I'm not counting the Chiefs out again until we see it happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really bet against the 2-time champs. But,
no.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the year that they did get dethroned. So.
Yeah, but I felt like this last year when I didn't think they had that great of a team. Didn't think that they would. I felt like they would probably win the AFC West, but lose in the playoffs. And then, lo and behold, like I said, I'm not putting any bets against them until they do actually get upended.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like last year was kind of rigged because they had the little call against the Bengals, but that's another story.
Sure.
Then we got the Giants versus the Eagles. I'm gonna need the Eagles to just manhandle the Giants. We can start pulling up these draft boards and getting the players we need, man. We need a lot of help.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if they went out there and got T. Higgins, man. I don't think the Bengals are going to pay him, man.
No. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the Bengals do. I don't know if they pay him. They need someone else opposite Jamar Chase. We've all heard the rumors of Justin Jefferson and what he's going to do, and if Minnesota doesn't sign him as a landing spot, Cincinnati, he knows Joe Burrow, he knows Jamar Chase, obviously. So, but it's not as easy as letting T. Higgins go, right? Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's I almost said like a sign and trade situation where between them and Minnesota, where they swap receivers, so Minnesota doesn't lose everything.
Right.
But I think that's one of the off-season free agent moves I'm keeping an eye out for.
Yeah,
I mean, they both will come to the Giants. I mean, we got no receivers, so they'll definitely be starting. But we need a quarterback. So, and then the other Christmas game is going to be Ravens 49ers. This is going to be a really good game. This is a potential Super Bowl matchup. I think it's going to be interesting on the Ravens side to see if they can keep up with that 49er defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always funny when these games kind of roll out late in the season when you're looking at pretty much the two best teams in the NFL right now, and they're facing each other on Monday night matchup on Christmas Day. I don't know if they've played each other since the Super Bowl when it was John versus Jim, but this should be a good matchup. Like you said, I think it's a good test for both teams. Both teams, both very good on offense and defense. So it should be a pretty good matchup. I'm excited for this one.
Physical versus physical on both sides, man.
Yeah, these guys don't mess around. These guys play some up tempo, but still old school power football.
Oh yeah. And then I think that's it for the NFL. And then on to the NBA. I mean, not too much here. He's gonna have the Christmas games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I mean, your boy Ja Morant's first game back off suspension.
Yep.
He's not looking bad, but the
team has a huge hole to dig out of, though. They've just been so bad this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna be a long season for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of ground to catch up, especially or not second. I think they were like not second. Second. I think they was like second or something like that last year.
They were second or third, yeah.
Yeah, in the West, something like that last year. Yep. So, and and the potential that they kind of have. They got Smart. Some people felt like was the leadership they needed. Also going to bring some toughness, and they're going to be able to shut some teams down between him and Jaren Jackson. So, but Smart's got to get healthy. They got some other players out, so it's going to be interesting to watch. Going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
They're down by 7 right now to New Orleans with 8 minutes left, so they definitely could win this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then we had your boy Anthony Edwards out here. People were upset about his text.
I just read his text earlier today. Not so great.
No. I mean, he did apologize.
I will say, like I don't know, like it sounds bad. I mean, it is bad, but like and I don't know how many times this happened. If let's just say this is the first kind of like scare that he's got. I'm not saying it's the right reaction, but I do feel like this is probably a common reaction.
Yes, because he also what 22.
Yeah, he's not that old. 23, 20. He might be 23. Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, so I mean, I can definitely understand, his mindset, where he was coming from, but he's definitely got to do better, in a situation like this. But like I said, he did apologize for it.
He's 22.
I mean, but you can't be messing with people that's gonna leak your text like this. So.
Yeah, and like you got to know this day and age, like if something like that happens, like you try to go out and try to get something to happen, and you're doing it via text, like people are screenshotting that stuff, man. Like you got to be careful about what you say and how you say it. And, even if you again, like who knows, right? Like I shouldn't on anyone on either side, because she doesn't want to have a baby with some guy that she doesn't know, or I can't imagine that. Doesn't sound like it's a text, right? Like,
I mean, she could if she's looking to trap him. And
sure, but reading those texts doesn't sound like that's the situation. But he also has to have some compassion on the other side too. It's like, show me that video, bro.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. You never know. Sometimes women are very spiteful. So I mean,
you never know.
So she might.
And again, like it's on him too. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
There's ways to prevent these things.
Oh yeah, definitely is. like I said, he just got to do better in those situations. And like I said, he did apologize for the situation, but he's gonna definitely be watched more, especially because of the season he's having this year.
Sure. So. Yeah, and their team. I mean, they're leading the West right now. They got a really good team. So yeah, it just amplifies. If he's sitting in last place, like who knows what gets out, and if he's having a bad season. But yeah, like you said, they're kind of on the top of everyone's list right now. So.
Oh yeah, and then I think that's it for the NBA. And then wasn't really anything in MLB.
Nope, quiet. Still waiting for Yamamoto to sign.
Yep. And then not too much in NHL. I mean, Rangers did overtake the Bruins, but it's only by a game. So I think were they down?
What's
I don't know if the Bruins were down. I know you guys are playing, right?
It's going into overtime right now.
Yeah, messing me up, man. Messing up my little parlay, man.
There's no point for the Bruins. What was the parlay?
I just had just the money line. Bruins and Rangers
to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not over yet.
Yeah, I've been doing some research on parlays, man. So
try to keep them more low key.
Yeah, try to just stick to money lines. I can always win on the money lines. It's the freaking parlays that kill me. Like right now, freaking Memphis and New Orleans, I pretty much hit everything except for freaking Zion. I had him with 18 points. He only got 11.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like tonight you decided not to score.
Right. Of course.
And it's not even his average. His average is like 23 or something. So it's always, that's what I say, it's always, anytime you bet on somebody on a parlay, that's when they always have funky nights.
I know. And like, basketball's tough because, like you said, if someone's just, not having their night or something, it's tough. Or if there's a blowout and they're just pull the starters, again, another tough spot.
Yeah, man. So like I said, we're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, they caught up. So Memphis is only down by 2, so 5 minutes left. This is definitely turning out to a good game. Look more like a blowout in the first half. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so we did a we talked about I got the new smoker. So I did a full smoked chicken yesterday, and I did it over rice with a sauce on top. So it was just took a whole chicken, basically did some salt, pepper, garlic with some olive oil, coated the outside of the chicken, and then used it's called a barbecue rub, but it's for chicken. It's a Kinder's barbecue rub for poultry. So again, after kind of letting that sit in the fridge for a bit, pulled it out again, got it to room temperature, and then loaded it up with the barbecue rub. Threw it on the smoker. Had the smoker loaded with hickory. Normally, I'd use kind of a fruit wood or a softwood for chicken, but just I used what I had in there because I didn't want to empty it and refill it. So smoked it for about 3 hours, pulled that off, sliced it all up, and then had some white rice and served it with a butter, garlic sauce with some salt, pepper, and some chicken stock. So just mix that all up, kind of let that simmer for a little while, and then really just kind of pour that on top, and then just had a little side of cucumber and mozzarella.
Oh, that sounds pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you should throw some
basic, but good.
Yeah, I feel like you should do some tzatziki sauce on there or something.
You could do tzatziki. Yeah, you could do tzatziki. We basically, I was gonna do a chicken salad with the smoked chicken, so it would be like a smoked chicken salad sandwich. But kind of didn't want the mayo. Wasn't feeling just the bread in general, so went the other route. So just use what we had for a sauce, and it actually came out pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely sounds good, man. I thought of like one of those like it kind of sounded like one of those challah bowls where you get the the shredded chicken with the cucumbers, tomatoes,
Oh yeah,
or the
those are good.
rice. As I said, that's what it reminded me of. It definitely sounds good, man.
Yep.
And then what you guys drink that down with?
For winter ale, I know we talked winter ale last week a little bit. This is from Middle J Brewery out in the Pineville area. Not far from here. Actually, they just built a new tap house a little bit closer, a couple towns over in South Carolina, Rock Hill. But they have it's called an Up to Snow Good. That's kind of their flagship winter ale. This is the coconut version. So it takes their brown ale. Again, this one's a little less spicy, I would say, but it's still got that cinnamon flavor. This one has a little maple vanilla in it, and then they put a coconut on top, which is pretty interesting. It's I love coconut, big coconut fan. This is new for them, but I felt like it added a nice little a different sweetness, because typically when you think about winter, you got kind of those mapley cinnamon type flavors. The coconut kind of like mellows it out a little bit and gives you a little bit of that like almost a little bit of a summer feel in the winter beer. So yeah, really really enjoyed this one. I do like winter ales for a few weeks out of the year, and this was definitely a good one. So probably I'd give it a 7.9.
Damn, man, so close.
So close.
But that's still one of the highest rated ones we had lately. So
Yeah, no, it was good for sure.
you can't go wrong with coconut, man.
No, I love coconut.
Yeah, pina colada is one of my favorite drinks, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it for sure.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRRs, still got the same shows that we're watching. Monarch, still waiting for it to really pick up. But we did get a Godzilla sighting. That was good. But I'm kind of figuring that we don't really get the monsters too much because of the budget. Because kind of that's probably what it costs. It costs a lot to put those monsters on the TV show. I mean, you've seen that with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like there should be a lot more, stuff going on. But it's kind of slow, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'm gonna finish it through, see how this connects to the movies, the upcoming movies. I like the direction they're going with the Godzilla series. They're kind of building like a little world, so it should be fun to watch.
Nice.
And they got the Murder at the End of the World. It's getting good, man. It might be one of the best shows on TV right now. Like I said, kind of a murder mystery. Bigwig kind of invites these people over to his. Did you ever see that food movie?
Which one?
The food one. What was that food movie called? When the girl gets away at the end and the chef like kills everybody he invited.
Oh, the Knives movie.
So which one?
Something Knives, right?
No, not that one. I forget what it is. It'll come to me. But it kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me of that where the like millionaire invites a bunch of people to his mansion or whatever, and people start getting picked off and they're trying to figure out who done it because of some stuff that's going down. So
the Menu.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
yeah. It's way better than that. Way better than that. But definitely something you want to check out. I think they're on episode like 6 or 7. It's a mini series, so I think they're going to be done after the season. So
nice.
That'll be something you can check out.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I mean, Netflix, they put out the Yu Yu Hakusho. They only put out 5 episodes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll give you my. If you never watch anime, it's probably it's a good show.
Okay.
So it's pretty much about a kid who he gets in an accident, and then what happens is in order for him to come back to life, he has to be what they call a spirit detective. And pretty much what a spirit detective does, they kind of fend off forces of evil. And, they train them on how to be a spirit detective and, how to take down these forces. So that's kind of like the premise of the show, based off an anime. So if you like, I mean, it's a good show.
Okay.
This is probably one of the best adaptations I've seen of an anime to like a TV show. But the thing is that if you're an anime fan, right, they put out 5 episodes and they're pretty much jamming 2 seasons of an anime show, which is like 100 and like this anime show, the first 2 seasons was like 160 episodes between the first and the second season. So they're pretty much jamming like 160 episodes into 5 episodes. So don't get me wrong, it does, the way they did it does work. But as a if you're an anime fan of the show, that's the only thing I would say you would be disappointed in that part.
Right.
But like I said, overall a good show. Wait for them to put out the next few sets episodes. I'm just going to be curious if they're going to jam another 2 seasons in the last 2 episodes, or it's going to get slow played out now. So, and then another big news, your boy Jonathan Majors, man, he got dropped, man. They dropped him like a bad habit, man. He got found guilty.
Surprising.
Yeah, he got found guilty in his little situation of abuse with his ex-girlfriend. Marvel, less than 5 minutes later, Marvel dropped him. So
yeah,
he will not be playing Kang in any upcoming movies. As far as it looks, Marvel did some press releases as far as changing some of the titles for the upcoming movies, for the Avengers movies. But as far as the direction, we don't really know if they're going to recast the character or they're going to, move on to a whole different storyline. So I think it's going to be interesting as well because they're kind of in that situation where they were looking to gear up towards a whole new section of Marvel, start releasing the stuff they obtained as far as the X-Men stuff from Fox and all the other stuff. So this kind of expedites the situation. So, but definitely something you want to pay attention to because he was the main bad guy in these upcoming movies. So like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see if they change him or if they recast him. There's been rumors of people being recasted as him. From Denzel to some other people, but you never know.
Yep.
And then outside of that, it wasn't really much else. They did put out the upcoming shows that are coming out. It looks like we're getting some good shows coming up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Dr. Death. I feel like everybody's doing that now. Like people find these like I won't say docu series or I don't know how to put it. They're like repurposing like some of these situations, whether it be the opioids or the Dr. Death stuff, and then it's on like every network has a story to tell about it. So I'm just curious how that works. Disney has the Echo show coming out. I'm looking forward to True Detective in January 14th on HBO. That's normally a great show that HBO puts out. Netflix has the Griselda. That's she's like one of the cartel drug kingpins from the cartel, pretty much. And then they have Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's on Prime. I'm curious about that because it's like Childish Gambino and I forget the other lady. They're playing Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Abbott's Elementary is coming back February 7th. That's pretty much like The Office, but it's like the Black People Office, pretty much. Definitely something I'm going to check out.
Yeah.
And The Walking Dead, they're doing the spinoff, The Ones Who Live, February 25th. I mean, people gonna go see it, man, because somehow Rick is alive. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
But then the only other show I'm hyped about seeing is definitely Game of Thrones. But that's not till like summer. They had FX has a show called Shogun, pretty much like a feudal Japan version of Game of Thrones. It looks good. Samurais and all that stuff. So definitely check that out. Netflix has Avatar coming out February 22nd. BMF comes back March 1st. I noticed there was an Orphan Black Echoes, is like a spinoff from the original show Orphan Black. I don't know if you've ever seen that. And then it looks like Netflix is getting into animations, man. They're putting out a bunch of stuff. Some of the notable ones I saw was Tomb Raider and Devil May Cry, which are pretty much based off video games. It looks like they're doing a lot of animation based off video games. Looks like that's going to be their anime niche. So looks like Memphis won.
And Netflix is rolling.
Yep, Ja Morant hit the lap at the buzzer.
Oh, of course it's Morant. I'm on a little delay. Of course he did. I can't stand his dad. I just like the guy looks like such an animal. Of course he did.
I mean, that's why they pay him the big bucks.
Yeah. Like part of me is like happy for him, but at the same time, like the last thing this guy needs is his ego getting any bigger than it already is.
Nope, too late.
Too late, yeah.
Too late. And then that's pretty much it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.